We will get it. I'm sure someone was probably just holding it for you while you were leading us in the march. And thank you so much for everything you do, Queenie.
And as well, there is a reminder that over by these arches right next to the stage, this is our tribute to our ancestors. And so you can feel free at any point to go over and you're able to write down the name of ancestors and transcestors and decorate the amazing monument. So keep that in mind. You can go and celebrate our ancestors.
I will be over there celebrating Cecilia. Cecilia forever.
Cecilia!
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 There we go.
Period.
All right.
Now, we are going to kick off this next portion of this amazing day by bringing out a person who is serving justice and love from the pulpit as a minister and theologian, y'all. Oh, y'all can make noise for that.
That's right.
And please welcome to the stage, not only a reverend, but also a doctor, Reverend Dr. Jackie Lewis.
Make some noise.
Hey, how you doing? First of all, I just want to say I'm so glad to be out here in the hot DC with you. Are you having a good time? I have never seen people twerk in front of the Heritage Foundation. Fuck the Heritage Foundation. In the name of, love. My name is Jackie. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am here, though I am straight, black, cis, married with some grandbabies. You are my people. Your fight is my fight. When we fight together, we win. When we fight together, we win. So let's just take a moment to think about what in the hell is going on. They are coming. The fascists, the authoritarians, the racists, the transphobic, the bigots, the assholes are coming for all of us. They're coming for us because they don't like our identity, and they're coming for us because they're afraid. They are afraid of the power and the love in these intersectional movements. You understand what I'm saying? We terrify the hell out of the bigots. And the more we do together, the more they are afraid. And the more they are afraid, the more they are violent. And that's why this is a dangerous time. But our solidarity lies in our love. Can I pivot to love? They told you I'm a preacher. They didn't tell you what a great dancer I was. Did you see me? Did you see me? Did you see me get down? Okay. My business, though, is the business of God talk. And I know that business has hurt so many of you. The talk I do about God comes from a very simple text in a very small book in the Bible. God is love. Those who live in love live in God. God lives in them. Can I say that again? God is love, not bigotry. God is love, not judgment. God is love, not hatred. God is love, not don't no more. God is love, and those who live in love live in God, and God lives in them. I'm not trying to preach, I'm trying to teach. There is only one kind of God worth talking about, and her name is love. That means whenever you love, whoever you love, however you love them, whatever you do to make a living, whatever your body looks like, whatever you think about makes you happy, gives you passion, gives you joy, God is on the side of that. Now, you might not have ever met that God before, but I broke up with the evil, mean God. I had sex with my husband before I got married. Somebody say, Lord, have mercy. And then I had a car accident and almost died. And my stupid ass theology had me thinking that God punished me for having sex. Did anybody know that God? Anybody ever heard that God talk in church? Anybody ever heard that God say, you are not wonderful because you're trans. You are not amazingly, beautifully perfect because you're queer. You are not amazing because you're a woman, cis or trans. Your body is a temple to the love. Say that with me. Your body is a temple to the love. One more time. My body is a temple to the love. Therefore, I get to do with it what I want because I have autonomy in it. That's what is on the table. Can't nobody tell us when we can have sex, what our menstrual cycles are about, how many babies we can have, whether there can be IVF, who we should make out with in the back of the car or in the bedroom or in front of the Heritage Foundation. That's not their business. And if we don't think that everything that's on the Heritage Foundation's agenda is about our bodies, our particularity, our identity, it is. Every single thing has to do with who we are right here. So I'm standing in solidarity with you, not because it's avant-garde or cute. I'm standing in solidarity with you because you are my people and I am yours. And if we don't move together, we will lose. But if we move together, we will win every damn time. We don't have time to figure out who believes in which God, who goes to what church, who married which person, who confesses to what sin. We don't have time for those kinds of categories. We are human on the planet, and love will set us free. I say we are human on the planet, and love will set us free. Love is the tie that binds our movement together. Love is the fuel in our tank. Love is the power to heal the world. Love is what we need. Love is my God. You want to meet my God? Love is here right now. Love is the movement, the wind, the air, the spirit. Love is all we need to get by. All right, y'all. November's coming. We've got to vote love up and down the ticket. We can't fight with each other and figure out who's not on our team. That shit will kill us. We have one team, one movement, one category, which is free people loving free people, making free people with love. Amen. And, fuck the Heritage Foundation. You all know that Jesus cursed, right? Who knows? Brood of vipers was not a nice word. Brood of vipers was Aramaic cussing. So when I say fuck Heritage, just translate it to Aramaic and have a nice day. Bye.
Yes, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Voice of God is back. Everyone having a good time? Oh, I lost mine. All right. Honestly, this next person does not need an introduction. I'm super proud to even be able to introduce this person as a trans masculine person and having a trans man in media, having that representation that we don't normally have. It is an honor to be able to introduce this person. Elliot Page is an acclaimed writer and producer. His accolades include nominations for an Academy Award, 3 British Academy Film Awards, and a Golden Globe Award, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. Shit, damn. Wow, I am honored. We are honored to have Elliot with us today. Please welcome Elliot Page to the stage.
Oh, hey everybody. My gosh. I am so grateful to be at this march today, to look out at this sea of people fighting for and celebrating our collective futures. Thank you to the incredible organizers for uniting us. Yes. And we are so lucky to be in the presence of Miss Major. Yes. To listen to her words, soak up her knowledge, witness her strength, her heart, her absolute magic. I don't know where I would be without Miss Major. She moves through life with such fortitude and immeasurable care for her community. And it's because of Miss Major and other pioneers that I exist, firmly rooted in a way I never believed possible. And honestly, I'm tired of talking about myself. An actor finding his truth, like OMG, enough. And at the same time, I know how important it is for all of us to disrupt the narratives that currently demonize us. No matter how much I publicly speak about my life being transformed for the better because of gender-affirming medical care, too many people ignore my words and instead project their fears onto my self-love. What is it about our joy that makes people so uncomfortable? They debate the legitimacy of this healthcare that allows us to thrive. But is this really about healthcare? I mean, the evidence proves that this medical care is safe and effective. The evidence clearly shows that this medical care saves lives. I think we all know that they want to ban this care, not because it doesn't work, but because it does. They are threatened by our self-actualization, by our joy. In interviews, I'm frequently asked about trans joy, a great question and one that deserves more public awareness. In some places, people are thrilled to hear about my trans joy, often suspiciously so, as if they can't believe it, as if I'm lying. How could you be that and feel joy? But today, I also want to acknowledge my trans grief. Grief for years lost. Grief for not fully living my life, for all the shame and pain I held. Grief for how hard I attempted to negotiate a way out of being transgender. Grief for the ways this only hurt me and those around me. My internalized transphobia, the constant noise, the discussion, the opinions, the just asking questions, tore me apart. When I was finally able to step back from the swirling foreboding, the self-battering and torment, the messages to lie and hide grew faint. I was able to listen at last, to embrace myself wholly. And goodness, do I want that feeling for everyone. Whoever you are, whatever prevents the self from blossoming to release and allow the love to flow through. We are all encouraged, regardless of our identity, to abandon our feelings, to abide by rigid expectations, or be saddled with the consequences of shame. I wonder if that's what compels people's attempts to erase us. How dare we not follow the rules and feel joy? How dare we shed our shame and leave them alone in theirs? Perhaps it's jealousy that curdles to rage, the fear of the unbridled freedom that we represent. What a horrible feeling. I wish for that fear to subside and for self-love to take its place, for the sensations of discomfort and hate to transform into curiosity, expansion, to complete, unabashed self-acceptance, and ultimately, yes, to joy. I love being trans. I love being alive, and I want everyone to have access to the care that has changed my life. So let's fight for it. Thank you. And now it is my great honor to introduce a proud father of a transgender child, a co-founder of the Dads Foundation, and was recently featured in the Emmy-winning Netflix documentary, The Dads. Put your hands together for Stephen Chakumba.
Paulie, next, Jaslyn, River, Tay, Dylan, Alex, Kenji, Marexa, Tyvon, Michelle. These are the names of young people who were all killed or died before the age of 25. Their lives cut short in violence. My name is Stephen Chakumba. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I'm the father of an 18-year-old trans man Hobbs, a young Black trans man growing up in America that does not love young Black trans people. Next died after being brutalized by high school classmates. River was stabbed to death by her 20-year-old boyfriend. Tay was shot and killed by a 20-year-old she was dating. Jaslyn was shot to death by a 17-year-old boy she was seeing. Alex was shot and killed after getting into a car with a 15-year-old and 17-year-old person that he knew. Just a few weeks ago, Jaden Taxick was brutally beaten in the woods of Dogtown by another high school. These children were attacked or killed by other children. Kids brutalizing other kids. When we talk about the harms of this hateful rhetoric towards gender expansive people, we are not just talking about how it harms our children, but how it harms all children. This hateful rhetoric is seeping into the psyche of our children, turning them into weapons. It should ring alarm bells in all of us, because it's not just a war on trans people, it is a war on all people, on humanity, on our collective future, on our collective freedoms. Our children are being groomed, but not by the people that Moms for Liberty and the Heritage Foundation and groups like them would have you believe. They are being groomed by a society that teaches them to fear difference. They're being groomed by a culture that tells them it's okay to dehumanize somebody simply because of who they are. Hate is a learned behavior. It is taught. And it's about time that we start holding accountable those who are teaching it, whether through their hateful policies, reckless rhetoric, or media campaigns designed to vilify gender expansive people. The Heritage Foundation, can I get a boo? The Supreme Court justices who roll back our rights, can I get a boo? And the politicians who weaponize our identities for votes, can I get a boo? They are all complicit. And their actions, once again, just don't harm trans people. They poison the minds of every young person growing up in this climate of fear and intolerance. This is not just about saving lives, it's about saving all lives. We must fight for a future where no one, no child, no adult has to live in fear simply for being who they are. A future where all lives are celebrated, protected, and valued. Let's honor the lives we've lost, not by mourning in silence. We can't do that, but by standing up in defiance. Let's fight with everything we have to ensure that this list does not grow any longer. And let's remember that our fight is a fight for liberation. Liberation from hate, liberation from fear, liberation from violence. This fight is for liberation for all. Free Palestine. I'm sorry. I felt like I had my mic drop moment and I'm not even done. Coming up to the stage next are two people that I love dearly. People who have embraced me and my child since the day he invited me into his identity, and two people who you all know and love, two amazing activists from Tucson, Arizona, Lisette and Daniel Trujillo.
Hello, everybody. Me and my mom are so grateful to be here with all of you guys. My name is Daniel Trujillo. I'm a 17-year-old transgender Chicano from Arizona. My pronouns are he, him.
Can we talk about how I ugly sobbed in front of the Heritage Foundation watching everyone dance? Like, those fuckers have me tired and y'all gave me energy in life. And so thank you for all of that. My name is Lisa Trujillo. My pronouns are she, her, ella. I'm a first generation Arizonan. I'm a proud mother of a transgender teen, Daniel. I'm super honored to be standing here in solidarity with you. I want to give a shout out to my love, Jose, who's standing over there somewhere. Without him being a foundation for Daniel and I, we couldn't do all the advocacy we do year in and year out. And I want to give a big shout out to all of you here today. It's just such an honor to be in community with all of you. I want to share that I'm not just the mother of a transgender teen, but I'm also a person who chose to have an abortion at 22 and suffered a miscarriage at 40. I'm sharing all of this with you today because, like so many of you, I share all of this with you today because so often people only hear me talk about my parenting and advocating for my transgender child. But like so many of you standing here today, we're a multitude of stories and intersections and experiences. Many of those experiences inform our understanding of discrimination and hate, having experienced them ourselves. And always with the hope and the promise that in time our children will have it better. And yet, when our son Daniel shared his truth with us at 8, my husband and I knew that was simply not true. At the time, we were a multi-status family. My husband became a US citizen in 2018. And all the uncertainties of raising a trans child and navigating an often confusing immigration system in Arizona felt overwhelming. We knew that it was up to us to ensure that Daniel had every opportunity he deserved. We allowed the experiences that shaped our own childhoods to shape the life we've built around Daniel. A life where he's protected, supported, affirmed, and reflected back to himself in our chosen family. A life where he knows he's not alone and that he can exist openly and is loved fully, a life filled with pride. It's what all trans youth deserve. But this life has not been built without its challenges and sacrifices. You see, the first time Daniel ever advocated for trans youth, he was only 9 years old. He's now 17. Year after year, we have fought against countless, hoping and wishing that lobbies like the Heritage Foundation and the Alliance Defending Freedom would just forget about us and move on to some other hate-filled rhetoric campaign. But instead, they've just come back worse, funneling millions and millions of dollars in misinformation and more anti-trans legislation into states like Arizona. This year alone, there was exactly 658, to be exact. The last 6 years have been exhausting. We've been targeted by Breitbart, doxxed, spent many nights worried
freely in public life without fear. We deserve a country that is willing to help those in search of shelter and stability without fear. And we deserve a country that allows all to receive the health care they deserve without fear. Despite how tiring and scary it all is, it is moments like this that keep us grounded. It is being seen in your faces. It has been the community I am surrounded by daily at home and being reflected to myself the way I have been that gives me the strength to keep fighting. So I want all of you to look at each other and know that we are the reason that we keep fighting and we keep going, and that we are and we are the reason that we keep fighting for freedom and for gender liberation. Thank you.
Please keep your applause going for Lizette and Daniel. It is powerful to get to hear our youth speak about their experience. Am I right? Now we have more amazing youth coming at you because we have coming to the stage. We will be hearing from a national trans activist, a low-income first-year, first-generation Harvard College student, Safara Malone, and co-director of GSA Network, Juniper Angelica Gia Loving.
When trans youth are under attack, what do we do?
Show up, fight back.
What do we do? Show up, fight back.
Hola, people.
Hello, everyone.
We got to balance it out. Hi, everyone. I'm Gia Loving, co-executive director for Genders and Sexualities Alliance Network, and also GSA Alumni 2014.
My name is Safara Malone, GSA Network and Roses alumni, and now the newest board member at GSA Network, as well as an intern at the Transgender Education Network of Texas.
GSA Network is here, baby. Trans, queer, two-spirit young people are here. Look around you. Every generation of GSAs, every generation of trans, queer, two-spirit youth experience and encounter a moment that makes it clear. You are the ones. We are the ones. We have to be the ones. It has to be us because community requires, I'll say that again, community requires that trans, queer, and two-spirit youth take up their space in this ecosystem. Community requires that trans, queer, and two-spirit youth devise a future of autonomy, dignity, and delight. And that is this moment, baby. As co-ED, I get to share the stage and witness younger leaders take on the same challenges that I did in high school, but now a little more resourced and a lot more in terms of deeply knowing of who they are. And this is amplified by moments like this, by crowds like you. And I'm so proud to stand up here next to one of those girls, one of those leaders, Safara.
Being part of GSA Network has taught me that I am part of something so much bigger than myself and so much bigger than I initially anticipated. In high school, I joined my GSA. I recall it was my first week of my freshman year of high school. I showed up as an ally to my friends. It was over the next 4 years that I discovered and began to grow in my trans identity. Not only that, but it was GSA Network that allowed me to build my skills in trans advocacy that eventually would lead to me getting a full ride scholarship to Harvard University. Being a Black trans teen from the South was difficult. Texas and other southern states are battlegrounds for so many civil rights, and that includes the trans civil rights movement. But I knew that as trans people, we are not backing down from the fight. We will not be erased. As trans people, we call upon our trans ancestors, channeling the resiliency of Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson. So, what's next? We are devising freedom through community-rooted legislation and advocacy, and shifting the culture through historic moments like this. We are making history. As a policy intern at the Transgender Education Network of Texas, we are doing legislative advocacy at the state level, and we are shutting down the rotunda of the Texas Capitol. I wonder what it would mean for trans people to be leading the legislation around ourselves, leading the debates on our bodies, and stopping them. We are creating a future ran by trans people, working towards a world where our bodily autonomy is not up for discussion. Part of being trans is a deeper knowing of self and knowing everyone should have autonomy over their bodies and their gender. As trans people, we live and breathe freedom of expression and thought. And so even in the face of systems of oppression and hate, we are radically ourselves. Being trans is an energy. Being in space, you can feel that energy. We can feel that energy right now in the crowd. GSA Network and trans, queer, and two-spirit youth have been here for decades and centuries, and we are not going anywhere. By standing dedicated to intergenerational leadership, GSA Network is leading and shaping the movement of the trans youth advocacy movement, creating space for youth to practice autonomy over our own bodies now and forever. When trans youth are under attack, what do? Show up, fight back. What do? Show up, fight back. When our schools are under attack, what do? Show up, fight back. What do? Show up, fight back. What do? Show up, fight back. When our bodies are under attack, what do? Show up, fight back. What do? Show up, fight back. What do? Show up, fight back.
Thank you so much. Give it up for them, y'all. Woo! Listen, as someone that loves sports, I'm really excited for this next speaker. He is a trailblazing trans Hall of Fame triathlete, an All-American duathlete, and a thought leader on LGBTQ plus inclusion in sports. On top of that, because of his participation on Team USA, it is because of him that the Olympics created policy that is more inclusive of trans people and trans bodies. Give it up for Chris Moser.
free. It sets all of us free. This is about your rights, and this is about me and mine. But it's also about all of the people across the country who could not be here today. It's about the people who live in one of the 14 states with total abortion bans. It's about the people, the 150,000 plus trans youth who are at risk or have lost their access to gender-affirming life-saving care. Shame. It's about the communities and the people who live in those communities that are being suppressed by government officials trying to block them from being able to vote. It's about everyone who has been told to shrink, to be silent, or to conform. You know, the attacks, they've been coming at us from all angles, right? They're counting on us being too distracted, too overwhelmed, or too tired to fight back. And, you know, you'll hear it again and again today. There's a lot at stake right now. You know that. That's why you're here. We cannot wait until we lose our rights to start caring and taking action. We don't have the luxury of sitting this one out. We cannot afford to be complacent when every single day in this country, people are being denied access to life-saving medical care. We cannot stay silent as politicians and courts try to control our bodies and our futures. We cannot wait to speak up. We're here today because we will not be silenced, and we will not back down, and we will not accept anything less than full liberation for every gender, every body, and every soul. So let's raise your voices, raise your fists, and let them hear us. Our bodies, our genders, our choices, our futures. Let's go, give it to me, y'all. Our bodies, our genders, our choices, our futures, period.
Thank you so much, Chris. Chris killed that. Woo! Give it up for Chris. That's right. If y'all are a little bit thirsty, the voice of God is telling you that there is water to everyone's left, my right, in those tents. It's hot out here, so keep yourself hydrated. But now let's swerve a little bit and hear a little bit more about the legal landscape our communities are facing, especially our trans and non-binary fam. Meet Milo Engelhart, a staff attorney with the Transgender Law Center. Give him some noise.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Milo Engelhart, and I'm a staff attorney at the Transgender Law Center, the largest national trans-led organization working to set all people free. I am here to tell you about the legal attacks on gender-affirming and reproductive health care, and I'm honored to be speaking alongside such brilliant activists and icons. LW v. Skermeti, the case pending before the Supreme Court, challenges the appalling ban on trans healthcare in Tennessee. But Tennessee Republicans are far from the only ones attacking young trans people. Since 2021, 26 states have banned gender-affirming healthcare for trans youth. This is despite the fact that leading medical experts and organizations like the American Medical Association overwhelmingly oppose these restrictions. Such restrictions have already forced families across the country to flee their homes, travel to maintain care, or watch their children suffer without it. These bans are part of a broader, coordinated attack on trans people, an effort to deprive us of medical care and drive us out of schools, sports, libraries, and public life. The attackers often claim they are doing this to protect women, but their actions show us that this is an obvious lie. The very same organizations behind these attacks, organizations like the Alliance Defending Freedom, the Family Research Council, and the Heritage Foundation, are also leading the fight against access to reproductive care. They are using the same playbook they used to end national abortion protections, chipping away at federal protections while advancing extremist hate at the state level. These attacks on bodily autonomy affect all of us, whether you are trans, need access to birth control, PrEP, or an abortion, want to start a family using IVF, or simply love someone who does. But there is good news. When we stand together against these attacks, when we stand together for bodily autonomy, for liberation of people of all genders, we win. Referendums protecting abortion access overwhelmingly pass, and district courts, courts that have to actually listen to the experts in person and look trans people in the eyes as we say what this care means to us, these courts overwhelmingly protect our access to care. The right is attacking doctors and teachers, parents and librarians, and trying to drive our movements apart because they know that together we are stronger. With this Supreme Court case looming, I often find myself thinking about the very first openly trans plaintiff to go before the United States Supreme Court to defend her rights, Dee Farmer. She is amazing. Dee Farmer was an incarcerated Black trans woman who filed a lawsuit on her own without a lawyer to challenge her treatment in prison, and then fought all the way up to the Supreme Court, gaining allies on the way. And she won. And Dee continues to help other incarcerated trans people file complaints and fight for justice as a movement leader today. Dee is a part of our history for justice, and that history, a history of brilliance and resilience, of fighting no matter what and beating the odds, of community-built power. That is what gives me strength every day to fight for our rights. I hope that you will continue to fight with me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Milo. All right, y'all. Pump up the music a little bit. I am foregoing the shirt for the rest of the day. We are trans, we are here, we are queer. All right. Okay, if you have a flag, Queen Jean, where you at? If you have a flag, please look for Queen Jean and her crew, and please, Palestinian flag, any of the large, massive flags that we use in the march, please return them to Queen Jean. Queen is somewhere in this direction. There's a flag right there. There's a Palestinian flag right there and a queer flag right there. Return it to those folks in that area. And again, remember to hydrate. It is hot out here, y'all. Anyway, thank you so much, Milo. Now, let's transition along. Transition along, you get it? Transition. That was so corny. What a bad joke. Anyway, for those who don't know, Monica Simpson is the executive director of Sister Song, a national reproductive justice collective for and by women of color. Their founder literally coined the concept of reproductive justice, which is defined as personal bodily autonomy, have children, not have children, and parent children we have in safe and sustainable communities. Let's celebrate Monica's tireless work. Monica, the stage is yours. Give it up for Monica Simpson.
All right. Peace, beautiful people. How are y'all doing this afternoon? Y'all know y'all got a Black Southern woman in front of you, so you know you're going to have to make some noise with me. Y'all feel what I'm saying? I'm a call and response kind of person. Okay. Are y'all all right with that today? Okay, great, because consent is real sexy, right? I'm telling y'all, what a beautiful, beautiful day to be revolutionary, right? What a time to be revolutionary. Y'all feeling me already? Now, if I say something, y'all can say it back to me. If I say we must fight for freedom, can you say that? We must fight for justice. It will take all of us to get to the other side. So let me tell y'all something about this here moment that we are in. I know what a lot of folks are talking to us about, like how hard it is. There's so much going on. There's so much that we're fighting up against. And as I think about all the truth in that statement, what I am more excited about is the collective power that I feel building amongst our movements in this moment. Can y'all feel that? So I stand here today in the legacy of 12 Black women who named and birthed the reproductive justice movement 30 years ago this year. Our work is centered on the fact that every individual should have the human right to be able to have the children in the ways that they want to, to be able to participate in pregnancies without shame, but with dignity, to be able to have the children that we want and have them live in healthy and safe environments. And ultimately, this work is about bodily autonomy, our human right to be able to make our own decisions about these bodies of ours. You feel so I am really grateful for this movement. It's where I found my whole self, and it's where I have found my political home. And today I'm reminded of a song, though, right? This song was given to us by Bernice Reagan Johnson, who became an ancestor this year. And it was called Ella's Song. How many folks remember Ella's Song, right? You know, we who believe in freedom cannot rest. Y'all remember that? We who as important as the killing of white men, white mothers' sons, we who believe in freedom cannot rest. Now, I want to give honor to the original songwriter. But as an artist that is charged by Nina Simone to reflect the times, there's a couple of more verses I want to add to that. Y'all all right with that? So until the killing of queer and trans people is just as important as the killing of others, we still got some work to do. Until the Black women who are dying at a rate 4 times higher than white women in childbirth is answered, then we still got some work to do until we all are able to create a family in the way that we want to, and it is deemed just as important and supported as what is considered, quote unquote, a traditional family, then we still got some work to do, right? Until none of our states are fighting against abortion bans and abortion is legal and accessible in this country, we still got some work to do, right? Until patients and service providers are able to access and provide care without the fear of criminalization, we still got some work to do, right? And until we no longer are targeted or shamed or violated for loving who we love or dancing at a gas station or for the clothes that we wear or because we have a body that may be different than someone else's or our ability is different, then we still have work to do, right? And until, good people, because I'm not going to get up here and not talk about sex because that's what we do, right? But until we have comprehensive sex education in this country that centers consent and pleasure, then we still got some work to do, right? So we who believe in freedom cannot rest. But that doesn't mean that we cannot have joy. That does not mean that we still can't thrive. That does not mean that we still cannot protect and love each other as we are all fighting for this fight for liberation. Because what is true, my beautiful people today, is that my liberation depends upon your liberation. Can you turn to somebody and say that today, that my liberation depends upon your liberation? Say that to your homie. Say that to your person beside yourself. Because what is real, good folks, is that our collective power is the only force that's going to get us to where we need to be. That is how liberation is attained. It is through all of us understanding that we are inextricably linked to each other, that it requires all of us to say yes to the work, to our gifts, to everything that was put inside of us for us to be able to do the work that we have all been called to do. So I want to leave you all with a charge today. Are y'all all right with that? My charge to you today is to think about what means the most to you and what gift that you have that you may not be using in the moment today in this movement. Are you not saying yes to some part of your gift, some part of yourself that could be critical to how we continue to move this fight? I want to encourage you to hold on to that. I want to encourage you to feed that. And I want to encourage you to stand in your power, to stand in all that you have to ensure that we are fighting and moving towards liberation. Can y'all do that, beautiful people? I'm here to say that I love each and every one of you. I know that each one of us made a decision to be in this world at this time, which means that we all came with something to be able to contribute to this moment. So I am grateful to be in the fight with you, and I can't wait to see you on the side. All right, people? Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Enjoy yourselves, and make sure you give these other speakers the same energy that you gave this sister right here, all right? Peace and blessings, y'all.
All right, thank you so much, Monica Simpson. Give Monica one more round of applause. And y'all, we're gonna stay on this thread of repo justice, and we have a few powerful We Testify storytellers. Please welcome Ash Orr, a key collaborator on this march, Hans Zismer and Caden Coleman to the stage to talk about our reproductive rights. Give them all a round of applause. A big, 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 big shout out, y'all.
Hey y'all. My name's Hans Dismer. I'm queer, I'm trans, I'm non-binary. My fellow NBs out here. Woo! I'm also a lifelong Missourian. As a healthcare provider, I have to leave Missouri to actually do my job. I work as a licensed clinical social worker at a clinic just across the Mississippi River in Illinois. 85% of the people that seek abortion care at our clinic are coming from a different state. A majority of Missourians have been leaving the state for years before the overturn of Roe. And this was the result of cruel restrictions, like a 72-hour waiting period between appointments and medically unnecessary vaginal ultrasounds, aka state-mandated assault. Roe being overturned allowed Missouri's abortion ban to go into effect immediately, making Missouri the first state in the 21st century to have a complete ban. And I found out I was pregnant a month later. Like so many people across the US, I had to leave my state to have an abortion. For me, that just meant going to my clinic, my place of employment, 25 minutes from my home. But most people aren't that fortunate. My clinic also provides care later in pregnancy. And so we've seen people from 26 different states, last I checked, this year alone. Most people have hours-long drives from Arkansas, Tennessee, and Texas and Florida. Abortion funds are amazing organizations that help people pay for their care, all of this unnecessary associated travel. But these organizations, they fundamentally believe that abortion care should not be a class privilege. No healthcare should. But it's a basic human right, and they need our support more now than ever as the growing need continues. Last year, Missouri put new restrictions on gender-affirming care. I'm a therapist for trans adults and teens. And it was devastating to see clients who had worked so hard to be able to access gender-affirming care be forced out of state. Young people, some of whom have seen their depression go into remission as a result of having access to gender-affirming care, suddenly didn't and were forced to find another provider out of state. People of all ages need access to life-saving health care that their government makes difficult and sometimes impossible to access. These attacks on our fundamental human rights are state-sanctioned violence, something that the U.S. is very familiar with. Attacks on any one of us are ultimately an attack against us all. Stand up, fight back.
Hello, everyone. Oh, thank you. I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I'm hot too. Shout out to y'all for letting me get my steps in last night. I had a cheesesteak and I was feeling guilty, so the cardio was great. But I'm Caden, by the way. I am a Black transgender man, and I happen to live in Houston, Texas. I am known for being a seahorse dad. I have two beautiful daughters. Thanks again. I have two beautiful daughters, Azalea, who is 10, and Journey, who is 4, going on 40. And that's what I'm known for. I was one of the first openly pregnant trans masculine people in the public. And, I've been fighting for bodily autonomy, trans rights, Black rights, et cetera, ever since. What I'm about to tell y'all, I'm very transparent online and with my life. What I'm about to tell y'all now is something that I've never told anyone ever outside of my very close friends and family. At the end of 2023, I found out I was pregnant. And I live in Texas. And if you don't know, Texas is an at-conception state. So I freaked out. Why? I have 2 kids, and pregnancy was not fun for me. And my youngest daughter was born a month early because of health complications. We could have both died. Out there and vote. And I know I talk too much, and I said I wasn't going to take too much of your time, so I'm done. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ash Orr. My pronouns are he and they. I am a proud anti-Zionist Jewish man from West Virginia, and I am an abortion patient. A few weeks ago, just before my IUD was due for replacement, it failed, and I unexpectedly became pregnant. And although I had experienced pregnancy and sought abortion care in West Virginia before, this was my first time navigating the process in a state with a now total abortion ban. And as someone who cannot safely carry a pregnancy and is at high risk for an ectopic pregnancy, time was running out and the clock was ticking against me. Due to the abortion ban in West Virginia, any in-state medical provider who assisted me with abortion care would have faced felony charges. And the fear, the isolation, and the frustration that this ban has caused me is indescribable. At 34 years old, I found myself searching for resources to take care of my own body, to take care of my own health, and to make my own decisions. This forced me into off-the-record appointments and private conversations with multiple healthcare providers, not only to protect myself, but to safeguard their livelihoods and their own families. And thankfully, to my connections with healthcare providers across state lines, I was able to safely and comfortably manage my abortion at home, supported by my spouse and our 8 cats. But not everyone has the privilege or the resources to seek help beyond state borders. And I'm sharing my story not for sympathy or not for praise, but to highlight the very harsh reality faced by many, particularly LGBTQI+, BIPOC, low income, and other marginalized communities in West Virginia and throughout Appalachia. We are all in these regions living under some of the most restrictive abortion bans possible right now. And as a white Jewish trans person from West Virginia, I recognize the privilege I had in accessing abortion care. For many others, these bans only deepen the barriers to essential reproductive health, disproportionately impacting, again, our marginalized groups. And something that we need to be clear on is abortion is gender-affirming care. Both are crucial pieces of healthcare. It's plain and simple. Yet both abortion and gender-affirming care are under constant attack by policymakers aiming to control our bodies and to control our lives. And by limiting access to these services, we are endangering the health and well-being of countless individuals, especially those already facing systemic inequalities. In my community work with West Virginia and Appalachians, I help people access abortion care, navigate across state lines for their care. Sorry. And I help them navigate the complex web of abortion bans, misinformation, and oppression. I share in their frustrations and their pain when they voice how these barriers devastate their lives. I know these barriers are intentional. They're designed to target our most marginalized throughout Appalachia, who bear the heaviest burden of these oppressive bans. But we deserve better. Every single person deserves the autonomy to make decisions about their own body and future, free from violence and discrimination. And just as we fight for the liberation of abortion and gender-affirming care, we must be in solidarity with Palestinian and anti-Zionist Jew siblings. We must reject the conflation that the ongoing genocide is in alignment with the Jewish faith, because it is not. The fight for abortion and gender liberation is deeply interconnected with the struggle for a free Palestine, as both are rooted in resisting the same oppressive systems of settler colonialism, capitalism, and white supremacy. And none of these can be dismantled in isolation. Ignoring these intersections aligns us with our oppressors. When we stay silent, we allow misinformation, lies, and oppression to flourish. Our collective liberation is bound to the full liberation of Palestine. And in closing, I ask that everyone here today recognize that our government is not going to save us. Our oppressors know that we outnumber them. They understand the immense collective power that we hold, and this scares the shit out of them. That is why they push individualism upon us. But it is up to us, the people, to save ourselves. We have the power to demand change and justice. We have the power to invest in our communities and in each other. We have the power to organize and fully liberate ourselves. So get out there and reclaim your power. Thank you all.
Hello. All right. Thank you so very much, Caden, Ash, and Hans. And if you would like to follow a real live story, another story, I should say, of a trans man or a trans masculine person trying to navigate reproductive care, please watch the documentary Beyond the Aggressors. It just came out last year and it's on Showtime. If you don't have a login, ask your friend for one. Anyway, I am so excited for our next speaker coming to the stage, one of the co-organizers of this Gender Liberation March, the award-winning author, activist, and media strategist who always reminds us of Black trans power. I have seen her glow up. I've had the opportunity to work with her, and now she is leading us into the revolution. Welcome, Raquel Willis, to the stage.
Wow, Devin Rowe, what you mean glowed up? I was always fine and fly. Anyway, so they forced me back up here, y'all. I'm just kidding. But are y'all having a good time? Yes. Well, I have a few words to share, but I just got to invoke this moment we just had in front of the Heritage Foundation, because that was fire. We've been talking about the antidote to Project 2025. That's what we have to see more of. Expansive moments like that, powerful moments like that. Shake your ass, whatever you got, because they're coming for us right now. Now, as much as I can, I try to use these moments to declare myself to the world. And I can't tell you how proud I am that we were able to make the Gender Liberation March happen. I come from enslaved African ancestors who were told what they could and could not do with their bodies. I come from lost trans and queer and gender nonconforming folks whose stories were ripped away from them as well as their bodies. I come from long lines of Black women and folks of other marginalized gender experiences who also were told what they could and could not do with their bodies. And I am a Black trans woman who was born in a world that has been obsessed with my body and what I can and can't produce since the day I was born. I was born a Black baby in Augusta, Georgia. A whole future plotted out for me because of what was observed about my body. I was once a queer teen, told that my body and the desires I had for it were evil and sinful, that if I didn't choose a path that would lead me to reproduce in the ways that the world tells us we need to, that I'd be doomed. And I was a young trans woman that was told that if I took moans and shaped my body into what I know I deserved, that I'd be going down a path of no return. And in some ways, them motherfuckers were true. I am now a 30-something Black trans woman. I keep saying 30-something, child, I'm 33. And yes, I don't have a fucking conventional life. Yes, I have failed so many of society's expectations. Some would call me infertile. Some would call me barren. But I do bear fruit. Every day, I walk towards the sun demanding a better future for the generations to come. I get to use this unruly life of mine to serve as a window of possibility, like so many queer and trans and feminist and big-hearted and empathetic folks here today. And look at what I got to be a part of producing today. Look at what we got to be a part of producing today. And we get to bask in the glory of Crystal LaBeija and the fruit of ballroom culture, that lingo that lives on people's lips, those movements so many bodies try to emulate. We have the birthright of the flower crown from Marsha, and we get the fruit of demanding our own glorious garden of liberation. And we get the fruit of fire and ferocity from Sylvia Rivera. And we get to hold every institution that continues to fail us accountable and then some. We get the fruits from people like Cecilia Gentili, from Lorena Borjas, from Stormé DeLavery, Zazu Nova, Monica Roberts, Cheryl Courtney Evans, Juan Evans, Lady Java, Cayenne Dora Show, Arlene Budd, Miss Major, Bambi Salcedo, and far too many to name. They do bear fruit, y'all. And we have a duty to claim that we do bear fruit. I want the trans kid contemplating taking their life like Leela Alcorn and Blake Brockington and so many others to know that we do bear fruit. I want the childless, and yes, the childless cat ladies, to know that we do bear fruit. I want the Palestinian child to know that despite attacks from Israel and despite attacks from the United States, that we do bear fruit. I want the Black intersex girl facing the barrel of a police officer's gun to know that we do bear fruit. I want the non-binary person who self-managed an abortion at home to know that we do bear fruit. I want the soft boys and the hard girls and the ones who can't help but spill out of these gender boxes and cross out the lines of these gender scripts to know that we do bear fruit. And I want these hateful ass politicians weaponizing government to destroy the lives of millions here and globally to know that we do bear fruit. So fuck your hateful legislation, fuck your hateful rhetoric, fuck your Project 2025, because we got an antidote to that shit. And fuck any thoughts that you had about my gender, my body, my choices, and what the fuck you thought my future was gonna be. I want every generation to come to know that no matter how you live, you look like, how you work, how you twerk, how you twirl, no matter what your dreams or fears or desires are, we do bear fruit. So can y'all say it with me? We do bear fruit. We do bear fruit. We do bear fruit. And ask yourself when you leave this march and festival today, what fruit will you bear? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Raquel. All right, y'all. I'm going to make an ask right now. First of all, we've raised so much today. Thank you so much for making donations. And anything to spare, whether it be 10 cents, $1, $5, the QR code should culprit to get it together. Thank you for guys. I appreciate it so much. Anybody else want to volunteer what their favorite part of the day was? Miss Major. Yes, Miss Major is in the house, y'all. Give it up for Miss Major. She will be out later today. I'm really stoked, honestly, for Junior Mint, obviously. And okay. Everybody donate to my code. I can't sing, y'all. All right, we're gonna have a little impromptu change, y'all. Sorry for that. Junior Mint will be back. However, I'm really excited for this next speaker. First of all, she is my Filipina sister from another mister. Her name is Gina Marcelo. She's a TED speaker, a trans advocate, and an author. And she's such an inspiration to all of us. Welcome to Horse Barbie. Gina, come to the stage, beloved. The gorgeousness.
Hello. Hello, Gender Liberation March. When I say gender, you say liberation. Gender. 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 All right. My name is Gina Rosero, and I'm so honored to be here with you all. I'm standing here as a very proud transgender Filipina. And I'll tell you what, it's been a long journey for me, literally and figuratively. I was born and raised in the Philippines. There we go. A country that's been colonized multiple times. Still, a country in the world where divorce is illegal. Boo. But it's also a nation that has its long history of pre-colonial gender fluidity in all of our identities. My journey started when I was 15 years old. It was on a stage just like this when I became a trans pageant diva. Because in the Philippines, we actually have a very vibrant, mainstream transgender pageant culture. However, in the Philippines, trans people are culturally visible, but we are legally erased. People like me still can't access the most basic human rights, from our identities to our healthcare. So when I immigrated to America to be with my family, I was told a promise. The promise of a female gender marker on my ID. And for me, at the time, when I was 17 years old, it was as if my mom was speaking magic. For me at the time, that freedom is having an F on my gender marker is something that I never thought possible. So when I arrived in California, the F, the freedom that was promised to me, was replaced by shame. Shame of being who I was. There was a beginning, then I started to feel that if you are someone outside the confines of white, straight, heteronormative patriarchy, you should disappear. But I had a dream. When I was 20 years old, I wanted to pursue a career in fashion. So in 2005, when I moved to New York City to be a fashion model, it was a very different culture. At the time, the fashion industry, the modeling industry did not allow for space for a trans Filipina like me. I was invisible. But after 8 years, I dared to exist. I dared to fully live. You know, writing my memoir, Horse Barbie, I was able to reclaim, yes, Horse Barbie. I was able to reclaim my gender fluid Filipino ancestors, my gender fluid Austronesian ancestors. Because in the Philippines, we are the pre-colonial spiritual leaders. We are the guides to liberation. We are the deities worshipped by my people. And in the Philippines, we have so many names, how we call the divine trans identities. It's called Babaylan, it's called Lakapati, it's called Asog, and so much more. Heck, even our language in the Philippines doesn't even have the Western gender binary. I mean, for most indigenous cultures, gender fluidity has always been the norm. So in this current political moment, the people who hate us, the people who does not want us to exist, they want to go back. There's this rhetoric that they want to go back. But what they don't know is that we've been around since the beginning of time. We've always been the moment. We are the before, we are the now, and we are the future. So I want to leave this to you all. So when I meet young trans people, I look them in the eye. I want them to truly know that you've come from a long history of pre-colonial gender, history of pride, power, and beauty. And I think for me, that's really the thing. It's all about our spiritual journey. It always leads us home to the depth of what is true and powerful. And as a proud trans Filipina, as a proud immigrant, for me, that home is to remember that I am the divine. You are the divine. Trans people are the divine. Say that with me again. Trans people are the divine. Trans people are the divine. Trans people are the divine. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much, Gina. I love you. Make sure you get a copy of Gina's book over at the banned book section. It's worth a read, and maybe if you can catch her, you might be able to get an autograph. Anyway, next on our speaker schedule is the president of the Trans Latina Coalition. Her name is Bambi Salcedo, and she's an unstoppable force for the Trans Latina community. Bambi, where you at, girl? Bring it to the stage, my love. Oh, no, she's not here. Actually, we're jumping into a performance. I'm wrong. All right, let's jump back into our performance. So as I was saying earlier, we have a few more performances today, including the House of Mugler ballroom at the end. And if you want to get involved in the ballroom, make sure you stay because we have a treat for y'all. We really want to show y'all how to work it in ballroom. Just make sure y'all here at the end of our speeches today. But first, my co-MC, the wonderful, the beautiful, the best, Junior Mint. Give her a round of applause. I can't hear y'all. Give her a round of applause.
So y'all can make more noise than that for a Black trans woman on your stage. Now, if you feel something during this number, make some noise. Let me feel it too. You can hit it, DJ.
I feel it in this room. Holy Spirit move. 'Cause when you have your way, something has to break. Tear down every lie. Set the wrong thing right. 'Cause when you have your way, something has to break. Something has to break. Right now in your name, something has to break. Something has to break. Hey, right now in your name, something has to break. Oh, I believe you'll get me to it. I believe you lead me through it.
don't get to worry about legislation while Black queer folk is worrying about our lives.
Something has to break. I believe.
Today, I am saying, if you have an organization that has no Black trans leadership, if you have an organization that has no specific Black trans programming or funding, you are obsolete. If you are not serving Black and brown trans folks, if you're not serving the incarcerated and our sex workers and our detained, you are obsolete.
Something has to break. It's happening right now, right where you are. Something has to break. Put your faith on it. Lift your hands and receive it. Something has to break. Healing is on the way to your house. As a matter of fact, it's here right now. Something has to break. Miracle signs and wonders. Something has to break. Peace in this room. I speak rest in this room. You shall take my yoke. It's easy. Something has. You have whatsoever you say. Open up your mouth right now and receive it. Something happened. It's gotta break right now. It's gotta break right now. It's gotta break right now. Break right now. Doesn't matter what it is. You've been praying for a long time. You've been waiting for a long time. Waiting for a long time.
I am feeling sadness and mourning for all of those souls we lost, but I know the spirit of Marsha and Sylvia, and the spirit of Remy and Raya, and the spirit of Tony, and the spirit of our dear sister Laylene. And the reckoning is here. We might be silent today, but tomorrow we're not going to be silent, right?
Something has to break. I need you to lift up your voices and shout a praise if you believe it's breaking off of your house. It's breaking off of your body. Every sickness, every disease, we command you to break by the power that's in the name of Jesus. Something has to break. God didn't freaking is for to leave you. He's fighting for you. Something has to break. He's fighting for you. He is fighting for you. Something has to break. Something has to break.
I believe in my power. I believe in your power. I believe in our power. I believe in Black trans power. Y'all gonna say it with me again? I believe in my power. I believe in your power. I believe in our power. I believe in Black trans power. And so let today be the last day that you ever doubt Black trans power.
Okay, yes, Junior Mint. Everyone give Junior Mint a standing ovation. She said trans power is in the room, in the flesh, y'all. Let me hear it again for Junior Mint. Serve, baby, serve. Serve one more time. One more time. Yes. Break my soul. Yes, girl. Thank you so much, Junior Mint. Oh my gosh, yes. One more standing ovation. Yes. That was beautiful. That was so wonderful. Very mindful, very demure. Anyway, welcome to the stage, the president of the Trans Latina Network, Bambi Salcedo.
What's up, beautiful people? Correction, I am the president and the CEO of the Trans Latino Coalition. But I love the Trans Latina Network because they're our sisters in the fight. How are you, beautiful people? I say, what's up, beautiful people? What's up, beautiful people? Thank you so much for sticking around, for staying here. I know that it's been hard, and I know that we walked and we marched and we brought our power to the streets. So I want to thank you for those of you who remained here. But I also want to say that it's pretty fucked up that cis people who say that are part of our community and that are with our community and that support our community didn't show up the way they should have. You know, there's a lot of people that always say, yes, I'm with you. Yes, I support you. Yes, I'm with you. But when it comes to action, where are they? Right? Like all of this place, all of it should have been filled with all people who believe in gender liberation. Right? We all believe in gender liberation. Is that right? Claro que sí, fabulosa. Claro, claro. And la verdad es, well, sorry, yes, claro. La verdad, ¿no? Bueno, gracias a Dios por un día más, ¿verdad? Yes, honey. Thank God for another day. Yes, as a trans Latina, I am grateful that I get to stand here before you. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you to all the organizers for giving me the opportunity to share space with all of you. Thank you for your labor, sis. Really appreciate you. Thank you. You know, everything has been said about what needs to happen. Everything has been said. But what we know is that we need to activate in a way that we have never been activated. Because those motherfuckers out there, that's what they're doing. They're well-funded, they're well-organized, but where are our funders that say, that support and that value our fight? Where are they? Where having what? Galas and dinners. But where that money is not translating into our people. And so we need to make sure that we hold them accountable. Because, you know, they also talk about accountability, but where is their own accountability for who we are, for our fight, for our lives, for the lives of Black trans women, for the lives of Black immigrant women, for the lives of trans Latina people? Where are they? And so we need to make sure that we tell them what's up, that we hold them accountable. Also, our government. I think it's important for us to understand that we need to strategize. All of this is beautiful. Yes, we can come together, we can be here, we can be in community and all of that, but we need to develop the strategy that will take us to the liberation that we're seeking. And so I want to invite you to do that. I want to invite you to organize in your locality in whatever way you can and do anything and everything that you can to mobilize your people, to tell them that we need to change the landscape of all of our people. Así que les dejo con mucho corazón, con mucho cariño. Les mando mucho amor, muchas bendiciones. Muchos besos. But I also want to say that, it's important that we also take care of ourselves and that we take care of one another, right? We chant about it, but do we really do that? Let's do it. Let's be intentional about what we need to do in order for us to transform what needs to happen for all of our people. Thank you again so much for the opportunity to be here with all of you. Cuídense mucho y que estén bien. Que Dios los bendiga. Gracias.
Give another round of applause for Bambi. Our next speaker is a very, very, very well-known intersex educator, a filmmaker who is dedicated to justice and healing, and I'm so excited for them to speak today. Welcome Pigeon Pagonis to the stage. That's right, make some more noise for Pigeon.
Hello. If you can, could you guys come closer? Only if you really want to. Like, I'm so sorry to ask you to move. I know how this feels. But if you can, like, I love feeding off of your energy. And I need some bodies closer to me. Some beautiful trans, intersex, non-binary, queer accomplices, allies, bodies next to me. Thank you. Okay, so my name is Pigeon Pagonis. I came from Chicago. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna make this clear from the beginning. We're not here to ask for permission, are we? Hell no. We're not here to beg for our humanity, are we? We're here because our bodies, our choices, our futures belong to us. You've heard about Project 2025, right? That hateful, dystopian plan designed to strip away our freedoms. They've already won some battles, limiting access to abortion and attacking gender-affirming care, coming after queer, trans, and intersex youth. But here's the thing. We've got an agenda of our own, one that's all about bodily autonomy, self-determination, and gender liberation for all. They're out here pushing their twisted agenda with over 1,000 anti-trans bills, claiming it's about protecting kids. But that couldn't be further from the truth. These people care about kids' safety. The same people who won't do a goddamn fucking thing about climate change for our kids, but then who will ban drag shows and drag queens reading to kids. The same people who won't do anything about school shootings or gun violence, but will prosecute parents and counselors for trying to get our kids the health care that they need and deserve. Shame. The same people who won't allow young folks who've been sexually assaulted to access abortions, but who'll make damn sure an intersex kid is on that operating table before they can even speak. They say they care about protecting kids, then turn around and cheer on the genocide of thousands of children in Palestine. If they really cared about protecting kids, then why do over 85% of these anti-trans bills have specific carve-outs in them to keep surgeries happening to intersex kids? This isn't about protection. It's about control. Control over our bodies, control over our futures, and control over our lives. But here's the thing. We're taking that control back. And it starts with us today. I mean, it's been with us forever. I'm an intersex person, and like most intersex people, my entire life has been a fight for bodily autonomy. Doctors lied to my parents and I, cut into my body, and told me it was for my own good. All in the name of their bullshit binary. Well, I'm here to say, fuck their binary. Say it with me. Fuck their binary. Say it again. Fuck their binary. And I'm here to say, I'm so excited to be here with each and every one of you guys today. Because this fight is more than just about intersex people. It's about all of our collective rights of bodily autonomy. We live in the upside down, where the connections between oppression and genocide are glaringly clear. Some people wrongly believe they have the right to colonize what isn't theirs. They try to take over land, minds, and even our bodies. But try as they may, all of the oppressed people all across the globe will never give up, and we will always win. Whether it's in this time, this dimension, or another time and dimension, we will always win because our souls are aligned with what's right. It's all political for them, a tool to whip up emotions and votes. But for us, for people seeking necessary abortions, for people seeking gender-affirming care, for intersex people, it's about our lives. The attack on us is intensifying and is largely funded by bullshit institutions like the Heritage Foundation. Fuck them is right. They want us divided. They want us to believe the problem is trans people or intersex people or immigrant people or whoever else they can scapegoat in that moment. But the true problem is a network of rich and powerful motherfuckers who fund terrible groups like the Heritage Foundation, who profit off of our pain. And because of this, we must unite. Trans, intersex, disabled, queer, and all of our accomplices, we are stronger together. And when we come together under one banner demanding bodily autonomy for all, that's when we win. That's how we fight their hate-filled agenda with love, joy, and power. These are our fucking bodies. These are our fucking genders. These are our fucking choices. And these are our fucking futures. As Kwame Ture once said, you can have injustice and have peace. So peace is not the answer. Liberation is the answer. They say they're bringing change. Well, so are we. We're here, we're loud, and we're ready to win. So let's make some fucking noise. And before I leave, make sure you follow Interact. They're doing great work for intersex people. Have a great, wonderful, amazing afternoon. I'll see you at the after party. My name is Pigeon. Thank you very, very much.
Keep that applause going for Pigeon! Now, next up to the stage, we have a writer, comedian, producer, and actor best known for the HBO series Los Spookies, Fantasmas, and the recent A24 film Problemista. Make some noise for Julio Torres!
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Wow, thank you for still being here. Thank you so much. Hi. Okay. So as we all know, queer and trans people have been elected the newest boogeyman by the right. And you may have noticed a pattern. The right, instead of addressing the crippling wealth disparity that oppresses their base, makes up a monster, kind of Scooby-Doo style, to scare them. And right now, that's us. And the left, if it's politically convenient to them, is happy to engage in this tactic because they too have greedy little conflicts of interest and they'd rather us be too busy to notice. Like the fact that, say, the colleges where they say that the protesters are the problem are actually entangled with weapons manufacturers. Pro-Palestine supporters are another boogeyman. Immigrants have been a longtime favorite. And of course, Trump just sort of jumbled all of them together with the now famous transgender operations on illegal aliens in prison. A phrase that is basically the equivalent of saying, no, 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 don't open that door, look over here. Well, the good news is that they screwed up by picking queer people as their boogeyman. Because in doing so, they have given us the floor. And we're not just going to play hot potato and pass it on to the next minority. We will not just fight for ourselves and call it a day. We will fight for us and those we love and call out a pattern that afflicts those we don't even know. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We will not be your boogeyman, your pat in the back, or your tax write-off. Oh, sure, thank you for the pride flags, Bank of America or Lockheed Martin or Google. But we have some follow-up questions. Our oppression is all connected, which is why I am extremely happy to, and zero eye contact for this speech, I'm so sorry. But okay, I'm gonna look at, there. Our oppression is all connected, which is why I'm very, very happy to be introducing our next speaker. Please help us welcome Sol Jimenez from Familia TQLM.
Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estamos? It's so wonderful to be here with all of you today. My name is Sol, like the sun. That's probably beaming hella hard on y'all, so thank you for holding it down. I'm trans, I'm queer, I'm undocumented, and I'm right here with you. I want to start off by taking a moment and giving each and every one of you your flowers for making it out here. Some people were on buses since last night, since 3 in the morning, so thank you. I was asked to speak today about the intersections of gender liberation and the Latinx queer immigrant experience. But before, earlier this week, this orange Cheeto had a lot of shit to say about us in the press. So can we get a what's good, Donald? What's good, Donald? That's right, fuck him. It's an unfortunate reality that almost always the dominant story about immigrant women is one of solitude, alienation, and demonization, a narrative that is too frequently painted in a negative light. So today, I want to reclaim my truth and honor the joy that it has brought me being trans. Shout out to my friend's mom who let us wear dresses in the backyard in high school like it was an ordinary Tuesday. To all my homegirls watching at home, my sisters, and the trans immigrant women who have shown me unconditional support. Like my sister who let me borrow kitten heels in the back of a club at 3 a.m. in Chicago because mine's broke. And honestly, I just met her that night. To my parents for their endless strength and guidance. To my beautiful wife who shows me every day what healthy, trans, queer love can be. To my sweet abuela, who I was able to see after 22 years and didn't bat an eye about my existence and welcomed me as me. In many ways, she embodied the vision of what I want to present to you today, a vision that goes beyond gender and beyond borders. Collectively, these moments are a taste of what bodily autonomy, liberation, and freedom look like to me. I stand firm in my commitment to the liberation of our people, and that means all our people. Liberate all sex workers, Palestinians, prisoners, las jotas, las trans y las putas. Para toda la gente inmigrante con nosotros en este momento, que se escuche el pueblo. Es un honor estar en comunidad con ustedes en este momento histórico donde la gente inmigrante está apoyando el movimiento de liberación de género. Hoy reconocemos que la lucha es la misma contra este sistema que intenta limitarnos y silenciarnos. Quiero que todos los sienten, el pueblo está presente, se siente, el pueblo está presente. Quiero que todos los inmigrantes sepan, este movimiento está comprometido con la liberación de nuestra gente. Y aunque dé miedo, mi gente, no hay razón que temer, porque lo presiento en mi corazón, no estamos solas. Y cuando la lucha se sienta pesada, recuerden este momento. As we look to the future and consider what's at stake, let's take this moment to recognize the ways in which our bodies, especially trans immigrant bodies, are criminalized and held hostage in this country. We are treated like criminals the moment we set foot into this country. When I think about the trans women murdered by ICE, Victoria Rellano, Roxana Hernandez, Joana Medina, I don't just think about their deaths. I think about the revolution they inspire, the dreams they carried, and the people that love them. Imagine a world where prisons and detention centers fall, where everyone has the health care they deserve. Now, wouldn't that be kind? Let's keep it real. Political candidates have failed us. The nonprofit industrial complex has made an economy of our suffering. We are being fed crumbs when we deserve the whole damn pie. Let's keep it, oh, my bad. So what do we do when we are unsafe? We don't ask permission, we respond, we protect our people. We have the right to keep each other safe. Para muchos de nosotros, especialmente los inmigrantes trans, no solo estamos pidiendo un lugar en la mesa, exigimos el derecho a vivir plenamente y con libertad, sin miedo. Sobrevivir no es suficiente. Merecemos alegría, abundancia y el derecho a soñar más allá de este sistema roto. So as we imagine what's ahead, I truly ask you to dream bigger, beyond capitalism, beyond a two-party system. We deserve a world where trans immigrants thrive, lead, and are never forgotten. I want every immigrant here to know we've got you. If ICE comes for you, we will stop their van. If you face deportation, we will take to the streets. So repeat after me. We've got you. We will stop the van. We will take to the streets. Don't give in to racist fears. Immigrants are welcome here. Don't give in to racist fear. Immigrants are welcome here. It's been a pleasure talking to y'all. My name is Sol Jimenez. Que viva la jotería!
Yes. Thank you so much, Soul. Give it up for Soul. Y'all are flat. Come on now. Bring it up a little bit. Bring it up a notch.
Oh, how we feeling? We still got energy, beautiful people.
Yes. I think Junior Min and I have the best idea. We took our clothes off. Baby. That's how we get the party started.
Baby. The body gets the party started now.
The body.
Now, I think I know the perfect person to continue the party.
Who's that?
I think we should bring to the stage the co-director of the Black LGBTQIA Migrant Project.
Yes.
Make some noise.
Oluchi Omioga. Make some noise now. Thank you so much.
What's good, y'all? Okay, I know that there are 20 people in the crowd. Shout out to y'all for being here. Y'all are the real accomplices. But because there's only 20 of y'all here, you need to make twice as much noise. What's good, y'all? I'm a little taller than my siblings, so I have to put this up for a little bit. So, I'm coming all the way from Houston, Texas.
Originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where my Midwest niggas at. Also, shout out to the ASL interpretation. How do you interpret nigga? You can actually interpret it though, because you're black. Is there an interpretation for nigga? I will be saying nigga a lot. So, my name is Alucio Mioga. I am a trans, masculine, black, non-binary person born in Minnesota from Nigerian parents. Shout out to Nigeria. Igbo Kwanu. Hey, let's go. Come on, Igbo niggas in the crowd. Okay, I organized with a little organization called the Black LGBTQ Plus Migrant Project, or BLMP. I'm gonna teach y'all the chant in a little bit. And we envision a world in which no one is forced to give up their homelands, where forced migration doesn't exist, and all Black, queer, and trans people are free and liberated. We do this by centering the lives and experiences of Black, queer, trans, intersex, non-binary, gender-expansive folks to dismantle systems of oppression and the reasons why we left our home countries in the first place. Y'all fuck with that, right? We fuck with bodily autonomy, our bodies, our genders, our choice, our future. We're here at the Gender Liberation March, and we've listened to the focus on bodily autonomy. We focused on self-determination, and I need us to be rooted in the ending of forced migration, because that is against bodily autonomy. The decision about whether you want to stay in the land that you were born in or immigrate to a new land should be a choice and not a forced death sentence. I always say that the one thing that Black people have in common, regardless of the transatlantic slave trade or imperialism or gender-based violence or patriarchal violence or economic destabilization, is forced migration. To migrate to a place that they did not want to begin with. My parents immigrated to the United States from Nigeria before I was born. And what we don't talk about is that it's extremely hard for Black immigrants specifically to come into this country. Black immigrants are detained at a higher rate. Their bonds are at least 5 times the amount of non-Black immigrants, and they are criminalized at a higher rate than non-Black immigrants as well. Seeking asylum or refuge is nearly impossible, and the pathway to citizenship is confusing and convoluted, but that's on purpose. It's on purpose to not let people into this country when you are the reason why they're in this country to begin with. Let's be very, very clear that people don't want to leave their homelands. Do you really think the niggas in Jamaica want to leave a paradise to come here to Minnesota, to New York? Shout out to New York, but it's cold as fuck, and no one actually wants to migrate. And so we also don't realize that the reasons why people are migrating and people are leaving their homelands are because of the detrimental policies that the United States and other Western power are passing in the lands that we currently live in. The anti-LGBTQ bill that passed in Ghana, that also passed in Uganda, that is killing LGBTQ people living in that land, is a direct result of anti-trans legislation that we see here. So when we're advocating for bodily autonomy, when we're advocating for the ways that we exist here, we must not forget Roxana Hernandez, who was a trans woman from Honduras who was killed in ICE detention because she did not get the medical treatment necessary. We must not forget the folks in Uganda like Pepe and Smug who are fighting for their lives to live in a land that they were born in and to express themselves in the ways that they know how. And we must fight with Transwave Jamaica, who is the only trans-led organization in the whole country of Jamaica that has the highest violence against trans people. Because if some of us are not free, then none of us are free. Can you all say that with me? If some of us are not free, if some of us are not free, if some of us are not free, our bodies, our gender, our choices, our future. Are y'all gonna be accomplices for our future? Are y'all gonna be accomplices for our future or nah? All right, so I'm gonna teach y'all the BLMP chant because it's a really beautiful one, and then I'm gonna get off stage because I know y'all still have a little bit of programming left, and we want to see Miss Major, we want to see Tony Michelle. So it goes like this: BLMP, BLMP, across the land and across the sea. Ain't no borders got shit on me. BLMP, BLMP. Y'all ready for that? You got it? BLMP, BLMP, across the land and across the sea. Ain't no borders got shit on me. BLMP, 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 across the land and across the sea. Ain't no borders got shit on me. BLMP, 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 across the land and across the sea. Ain't no borders got shit on me. BLMP, BLMP.
That's right.
Thanks, y'all.
BLMP. Yes, Oluchi, thank you so much. Hey, y'all. We are coming towards the end of our program, but before we do, we would love it if y'all could donate a little bit more money. $1, 50 cents, 10 cents. Again, the QRC code is up on the screen. And again, thank you for sticking with us throughout today. I hope y'all having fun. Anybody got that? I don't know. She was screaming BLM. I mean, that's kind of pro what we were saying too, no? She can come on the stage. Anyway.
Remember to donate using the QR code on the screen. And as well, we are going to be bringing to the stage 4 speakers who are going to be sharing and connecting with you. Does that sound good, everybody?
That's right. Please welcome Stasha Rhodes, Elena Vera, Maddie Clifford, and Hennessy Garcia. Make some noise. Y'all look so beautiful. Thank you for joining us on our stage.
Hello, hello. Friends, thank you for staying with us. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. I am so honored to be here with you all today and to be amongst our fellow freedom fighters. Thank you so much, first of all, for just being who you are and for being who you are out loud. I'm Stasha Rhodes. You will hear from amazing rock stars right after me, so I'll be brief, but I just want to extend my immense gratitude for all of you for existing, and thank you. I join you today simply to say that the fight for gender liberation is also the fight for a true democracy. We're not seeking to strengthen the current system of democracy. We're working to start brand new. It's because over 200 years ago, when America's political system was created, they didn't have a black lesbian from Louisiana in mind. They didn't have a trans woman from Milwaukee, I see you, Elle, in mind. They didn't have a gay man from South Side of Chicago in mind. And so we live under a political system that was not created for us. Today, it is our opportunity to ensure that we change and recreate the institutions and the rules that entrench racism, hatred, and so much discrimination. We're not surprised when they strip away our reproductive freedoms. We're not surprised when they attack gender-affirming care. And we're not surprised when they pass policies that harm our trans and queer youth. But we are determined to fight back. We are setting aside our surprise, and instead we are embarking on a journey to recreate our democracy. To secure our freedoms means that we must change the rules of Congress. We must change the rules and reform the Supreme Court that stole our reproductive freedoms and attack our ability to express our identities freely. So today, we know that the journey forward is rooted in creating a new democracy that centers all of us. And I don't have to tell all of you, but that fight starts in November. Now, bear with me. We are not just electing folks because we are caught up in the energy of the moment. I, too, am excited about making sure that we cross the finish line and ensuring that we do not elect another Trump administration. But once we win, after we win, can you say after we win? After we win, we will band together and hold our leaders accountable and ensure that they deliver on the promises they're making now. Because that's how democracy works. And so together, once we win, we will change things by holding them accountable. Thank you so much again for being who you are and for creating a future so that all of our young people can declare who they are with freedom and boldness, and so that we can be who we are in a space that is created for all of us. Thank you.
Hello, my loves. I'm Elena Rosvera from the Pop Culture Collaborative. It's wonderful to be here with you today. Hopefully this holds my cane up. It's wonderful to be here in particular and to look this former colonizer in the eye, who is at the root, right, of this fight that we're fighting. And we were just down the street with some folks who are working actively in his murderous colonial legacy. And to them, I would say do your worst, but we know they're already going to try. So from my own heritage to theirs, I will say, run while you can. Now we know, we are here today because we know that bodily autonomy comes at the foundation of every other freedom. You know it, I know it, right? This fight doesn't start or end in this season. The work is the same, and events like elections determine what the weather is that we are working in. That'll happen, I got it. But liberation is not an abstract concept. It's not just a matter of ideas or legal structures or our spirits. It's a physical thing. It's a bodily thing, and our bodies need resources. Our people need our roses, and they need bread. Our bodies need resources, and the struggle to change our material conditions needs material. It needs to be fed. When I think about liberation, I think about the visionary Carlos Bulosan, who said, "It is only when we have plenty to eat, plenty of everything, that we begin to understand what freedom means." To us, freedom is not an intangible thing. When we have enough to eat, then we are healthy enough to enjoy what we eat. Then we have the time and ability to read and think and discuss things. Then we are not merely living, but also becoming a creative part of life. It is only then that we become a growing part of democracy. We do not take democracy for granted. We feel it grow in our working together. A movement needs resources, friends. But trans causes and trans communities get only a fraction of the resources our neighbors get. A people needs resources to get free. And until we abolish capitalism, that means we need as much economic freedom as we can get. That's money, loves. It means funding our organizers. It means funding events like this. For my team at Pop Culture Collaborative, it means funding the leaders and storytellers working to change our culture and how we make meaning of it so we can be part of shaping the future together. Liberation means feeding our communities. It means getting us healthcare and housing and food and so many causes you've heard about today. It means freeing us from the system of debt and economic abuse that holds so many of us hostage. So I'm pleased in my brief time here with you today to introduce Maddie Clifford from the Debt Collective, an Oakland-based writer, musician, and organizer who currently serves as creative media strategist and centers Black feminist practice and collective struggle. We are in this together, and I am so grateful to be in this with you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Can we just clap it up for ourselves right now? Clap it up for all the organizers. This has been such an important day for me. My name is Maddie Clifford, and I'm creative media strategist with the Debt Collective. We're the nation's first debtors union, okay? And I also am someone that owes over $120,000 of student debt. Now, that might sound like a big number to you, but that's because you're not talking to the Black women and gender expansive people in your community. because that number isn't a big number to them. Because of the $1.7 trillion of student loan debt, 2/3 of that number is owed by women and gender expansive people. Okay? And these issues are interconnected. When we march to the Heritage Foundation, we're also marching against billionaires that are hell-bent on keeping us in debt for what? For a college degree? For accessing education? Do you all remember when conservatives were saying, oh, look at them, they're just getting lesbian dance theory degrees? Remember? First of all, that sounds like a wonderful degree that I would love to pursue. I don't know about y'all. And then also this conversation is really, it makes no sense, because at the end of the day, everyone should be able to pursue education, whether you become a doctor or whether you pursue women's studies. No one should be 6 figures in debt for these things. So at the Debt Collective, what we do is we organize around the debt itself and use it as leverage to push for cancellation. And we're winning, slowly but surely. So far, we have pushed the Biden-Harris administration to cancel $168 billion of student debt. We have done so using the Higher Education Act of 1965, which, by the way, I'm gonna tell y'all the tea right now. The federal government has the legal authority to cancel all federal student loan debt, every single penny, using the Higher Education Act of 1965 or other legal avenues. Instead, they've chosen a piecemeal approach. Instead, they're giving us crumbs, and that's why we need to organize, and that's why we need to keep pushing. But another thing that we need to understand is debt is older than money. And it's not even about money. You know, they talk about finance bros. I'm a finance hoe, to be real, and I'll just keep it real with you. Debt is older than money. It's about control, right? What happens when you have debt? Well, when you have debt, you're more likely to go into the corporate world, right? You're less likely to open a clinic for immigrant communities because you have $300,000 of debt, right? And also, these debt issues are interconnected because 100 million Americans owe medical debt. I am someone that went to college, and during my college experience, which was very difficult, by the way, I don't even know how I got in that school. To be real with you, I took the SAT, I got a low score, but I got in somehow, some way. By the way, the SAT was created by eugenicists. You should know that. But I got in that piece, right? During my college experience, I had an abortion. And I really learned so much about who I was as a person. I became a feminist, and I started to have class consciousness. And that's what happens when you go to college. That's what happens when you pursue education. So you might be wondering, why do these billionaires want to keep us in debt? Why do they want to take away our bodily autonomy? Well, some days it can be demoralizing. Some days you can wonder, why are they hating on us so heavily and so hard? And sometimes you can wonder if you're powerless. But you have to remember something, and I want you to remember something that I remember. And it's that Bell Hooks once said something to the effect of, people don't hate you because you're powerless. It's because they see your power and they don't want it to exist, y'all. The fact that they're fighting so hard against us, they're investing billions of dollars, right, to stop us from pursuing education, from having healthcare for all, from having housing, because they see that we're powerful and they don't want it to exist. And so I want you to remember every time you look in that mirror that it is important that you exist, that it is important that you fight back, because I love my trans family. And my love isn't just some lofty idea, it is an action. Because change doesn't come from top-down benevolence. It comes from bottom-up power and organizing, right? Right, y'all? Right. And I want us to remember that our love for one another is more powerful than all the systems conspiring against us. And if that love is an action, I want you to continue to organize. I want you to join an organization. We at Debt Collective are organizing around medical debt. We're canceling it, not asking for forgiveness because we didn't do anything wrong, right? And you can follow us you can look us up at debtcollective.org to find out more about how you can strike your student debt. And I want us to remember, not paying back student debt is the moral thing to do. Because right now, We are going into debt for our healthcare, education, college. Our student loan payments are going to banks and creditors. We're paying the rich for what should be public goods with interest. That doesn't piss you off? That pisses me off. So I want us together to say, when I say can't pay, I want y'all to say won't pay, okay? I want y'all to work with me collectively to not pay back these unjust debts. Can't pay. Can't pay. Can't pay. Alone, our debts are a burden, but together, they make us powerful. Thank you so much.
Hello? I'm Hennessy, and I'm with Seating Sovereignty, and I have a confession today. In February, I almost took my last breath. And in the moments that I thought would be my last, all I could think about was how relieved I was. I wasn't scared. I wasn't sad. I thought about how violent this world is. And fast forwarding to today, I came to the realization that community is why I lived, and community is why I am able to be here today. I want to talk about what gender liberation means to me. And gender liberation to me is intersectional. Gender liberation requires racial justice. Gender liberation requires reproductive justice. And obviously, gender liberation requires climate justice. A lot of my work focuses on climate, so I want to speak to that today. Last year, around this time, on September 17, 70,000 people marched on the streets of New York City calling for a climate emergency. It is not alarmist to say that the climate crisis is coming for everyone, but we know it won't affect everyone equally. I actually read Project 2025, and I got the receipts on some of the stuff they said on climate. They called climate change an ancillary issue, page 293, section 3, chapter 10. They also wanted something called American Science Dominance, page 365, section 3, chapter 12. In my opinion, as the young scientist in training, science should strive for innovation, not dominance over another country. And one thing that was also striking to me is they also don't believe in climate reparations, page 389, section 3, also chapter 12. This year alone, we have seen the worst of the fucking climate crisis. We are seeing increase in hurricanes and flooding. July 22nd of this year was the hottest day on earth in recorded history. 2024 is looking to be the hottest year on earth. We are nearing the 1.5 degrees Celsius, and that should scare you. To bring it back to gender, the reality is it was studied that women, queer and trans folks who are hit harder by the climate crisis have lower incomes, less access to information, and this is exacerbated, especially if they are Black, Indigenous, or a person of color. Extreme weather events reduces access to safe and clean water and increases risk to maternal health. Extreme heat equals increased difficulty to travel for services, increased adverse outcomes for if you are pregnant. Also, let's clear this up right here and right now. Communities most impacted by the climate crisis are also the most policed. The climate crisis isn't going away, and addressing climate injustice will help bring us one step closer to liberation. So let me summarize this for you. No climate justice without racial justice. No climate justice without reproductive justice. No climate justice without gender justice. And I have two final things, I swear. One, I would like to briefly discuss about Palestine. You really cannot talk about gender liberation without Palestinian liberation. Displacement, constant bombardment, and occupation are war crimes. And our country is funding it. Our country has silenced Palestinians from speaking in the DNC. Our country is harming and silencing and brutalizing their own students who have stood up to this injustice. Our country is complicit in genocide. It should be unsurprising that a country built on violence is supporting violence. However, we must understand our collective liberation is not transactional. Our solidarity should not be transactional either. And what I mean by this is when people ask why are queer and trans folks here today supporting Palestine, and it's because we understand that none of us are free until we are all free. Anything else than the belief of total liberation is irrelevant. Additionally, we obviously must speak up for other atrocities such as what's going on in Congo and Sudan. I know I spoke about a few different things today, and I hope I could help you draw some connections. Lastly, gender liberation is a call to collective action, to direct action. And I would like to end, hopefully, if you can join me on this, on a climate-related chant. And I think it's very relevant for today. So when I say the oceans are rising, you say, and so are we. The oceans are rising. The oceans are rising. The oceans are rising. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Hennessy. We love you, baby. We love you so much. Oh.
How are we feeling, everybody? Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a free Palestine?
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
The oceans are rising.
And so are we.
The oceans are rising.
And so are we. Woo, damn. Hennessy killed that too.
Now, I think we should bring out two individuals who are going to help us also continue to rise up.
That's right.
Now, please welcome to the stage Matt Bernstein and Mix Yaffa.
Give them a round of applause, y'all. Free Palestine. Round of applause, y'all.
Hello, hello. It has been a very, very long day, and if you're still here, thank you for being here. I feel like I was kind of slotted in here as like the Jew who's going to talk about Palestine, so I'm going to do that if you don't mind. One of the greatest experiential learning lessons of my life in intersectionality has been standing with the Palestinian cause as a queer person and as a Jew, not in spite of those qualities, but strengthened by them. I had done my reading on intersectionality. I knew what it was. I knew how to talk about it on the internet. But it wasn't until I was told that my safety as a marginalized person had to come at the expense of other marginalized people that I really wrestled with what it means, not just to understand intersectionality, but to practice it. I've been told that standing with Palestine is at odds with my Jewish identity. But it isn't so. It's precisely because of the lessons that I learned growing up as a Jew, lessons about genocide, lessons about the persecution of my people, lessons about being a refugee, that I identify with and stand with Palestinians. For the persecution of my people was not bad because it happened to my people, but because it happened to people. I've been told that standing with Palestine is at odds with my queer identity, but it isn't so. Because my belief that others should not be drone striked is not contingent on what they can do for me. Because my solidarity is also with the queer Palestinians who are dying each and every day. Because how the hell can we expect people to raise rainbow flags if they don't have homes to raise them from? Human rights for some, which are only upheld by the constant brutalization of others, are not human rights. The human rights in question, often advertised globally as gay rights, are a smokescreen for the oppression of other human beings. My gay rights are useless if another person has to die for them. Repeat after me. We say no to pinkwashing. We say no to pinkwashing. Thank you. It's my honor for me, a queer Jew, to pass the mic to our next speaker, a queer Palestinian. Please welcome poet and self-identified trans Palestinian princess, Mix Yafa.
I did not send the self-identified princess to anybody. They just know. First off, can we get a huge round of applause to everyone who's spoken and everyone who's performing after this? It's such a beautiful space to be a part of and just to be in this with all of you. And to be honest with you all, I don't want to be here. None of us should be here. We shouldn't have to again and again and again be like, hey, like maybe don't kill us all. Like maybe give us health insurance. Like maybe don't criminalize all of us. Maybe whatever else it is, because it's one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. I am a trans Palestinian. Thank you. And unfortunately, the narrative out there is that I just don't exist. As if somehow Palestinians generations ago were able to just eliminate every single trans person from being Palestinian, as if we just never existed. Which means that not only are we erased, at the same time we are weaponized against our own people. So every day I get told I am the reason for my people's genocide. And at the same time, I am told as a trans person here, or in most places in the world, that I also don't deserve to be alive. And so I am the reason for genocide, but I'm also genocided at the same time. That's where we're at. I want you to look around. Do y'all see the 10, 20, 30,000 people that are here? No. And that's because the organizers decided that genocide is not a lesser evil. That is why. Right? And I'm here to remind people that it's not even about liking me. It's not liking trans people or Palestinians or Black people. It's literally the same exact people coming after every single one of us. And so I don't need you to like me, but if you don't recognize that them coming after me means your genocide, we end up with fascism again and again and again. It's not about liking each other. It's literally that it's the same people. The Heritage Foundation that folks were at earlier, you think they like Palestinians or Black people? Right? And the reality is, this isn't just about Palestine. The reason that there aren't tens of thousands of people here, let's be honest, the broader LGBTQ community in what's known as the US has never shown up for Black people, for trans people, for Black trans people, and now they're just not showing up for Palestinians. It's in line with their character. This isn't a unique situation. I want to read the dedication of my latest collection, Desecrated Poppies, which is a collection of essays and poetry that specifically talks about anti-transness and anti-Palestinian politics as one and the same. To the forgotten trans people killed in genocides, whose names, stories, and even numbers will never be known. To the trans people who survive fascist genocide every day, we are divine. We are what stands in their way when they try to weaponize us and we show up. Even though I don't want to be here, I would rather be at home in Palestine with my people, but I will show up until we are all liberated. I want to end with this. Often we say we keep each other safe. And yet, how many of you have people in your life who will pay your rent when you can't pay it next month if you have long COVID? Until that is the case, until I know who to reach out to and be like, I can't pay rent, I can't afford food, I can't get my basic needs met, we don't actually keep ourselves safe. I want us to move to that world where we do keep each other safe. And that's not just in theory, that's in someone paying your medical bills until everything is moved towards liberation. That is a reality that we face every single day. We can't just be in the theory. We all deserve people to fully show up for us day in and day out. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all. How's everyone feeling? All right, great, because we only have 2 more speakers for y'all and an amazing performance. Ballroom performance. You did hear it from me. You did hear it from me. But we can't wait for y'all to see all of these things and then close out the rally. But first,
we have somebody coming to speak to you all. She is the mother. Everybody say mother.
Mother.
She is a Stonewall veteran.
That's right.
And every part of the experience that we had today would not exist without her taking action for our community. Prepare yourself for the incomparable, the amazing, the one and only Miss Major Griffin
That's
Gracie.
right.
I need everyone applauding.
Everyone get up off your feet now.
Everyone.
That's right.
Oh, y'all can keep making more noise. Yes.
Still fucking here.
Does she need your mic? Oh, she has
Still fucking here.
Still fucking here.
Still fucking here. That's right. That's right. Give it up for Miss Major, y'all. Let's bring it down, y'all. Everyone to the front.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. No, I got it. I waited
And
longer
if
than
it's
you.
possible, people in the front, if you have the capability to kneel, please do so that way everyone can get a chance to see her as she speaks.
Yeah. Well, thank you for waiting. It's been hot as hell here. So you put up with it. So thank you for that. But I want to say that I love you no matter who you are or where you're from, because I know what you suffered and went through and tortured yourself trying to decide how you're going to be a transgender person. I also know the joy that comes with being a transgender person. Nothing beats it. So all those people that say, oh, the transgender people don't know what the good they're talking about. Guess what? I'm one. I feel it every day. Right on, transgender people. I want you to realize that everybody that spoke here today had to say something important to you. It is very important that you remember and you give this girl that's going to beat that motherfucker there lion dog a chance to win it, because we don't need him. If he thinks he does, check my back. Oh, no. So look, take it's hard. Take it from me to you that you loved and you cared about and you interested in only your people, because no one cares about us like we do. Nobody. Your mother, father, and everybody else. Yeah, they understand, but they don't know what it's like to be a transgender person. I love you too, baby. Every one of you, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. And please, when you get out of this heat, put on your duds and go party.
That's right, that's right. Thank you, Miss Mother.
Baby, please continue to make noise for Miss Major.
That's right. Major round of applause. That's right. And we fight because we have people like Miss Major fighting for us.
Yes.
So we must carry on that legacy and keep doing it for the people after us as well. Thank you so much, Miss Major. It is an honor to have you here and speaking for us today. We
True.
love you down.
True. Thank you for blessing us with you. Thank you. Now, we have one other speaker for you all, and then we have a performance from one of the premier houses in ballroom, baby. And they won a season of Legendary, okay?
They sure did.
Baby, prepare yourselves for an incomparable individual to come to this stage. Now,
she is a legend in her own rights, a powerful Black trans woman who has been sounding the alarm of decriminalization, abolition, and the radical healing power of our experiences.
Now, before I bring this person to the stage, I just want to make sure that Miss Major has moments to get her photographs.
That's right.
Everybody say, still fucking here.
Still fucking here.
Still fucking here.
Still fucking here. That's right. Let's keep everyone. We're gonna stay right here on the ground level. We out with y'all now. Our next speaker is gonna speak to you as one of us because she is one of us.
A powerful Black trans woman who has been sounding the alarm on decriminalization, abolition, and the radical and healing power of our experiences. Now, prepare yourself for the executive director of Solutions Not Punishments Collaborative. Prepare yourselves for
Tony Michelle Williams. Y'all give her a round of applause.
What's up, Gender Sibs? How you feeling? Yes, I just want to just take a moment to just give Miss Major just one last good chance. We love you, Miss Major. We thank you, Miss Major. And we're glad that you're what, everybody? Still fucking here. Yes. Y'all, oh my goodness. I'm Tony motherfucking Michelle. I am so happy to be actually on the ground with you where I love to be and where I belong with the people. Y'all, they put me at the end, which means that we have done something great together, that we've gotten to the other side of something magical and spectacular together. And I just want to give a thunderous round of applause to the organizers of this event. And I want to take a moment to uplift the leadership of Black trans people and a Black trans woman who had the vision, like Beyonce had the experience at the Country Music Awards and said, baby, we're going to do this again. And we're going to include everybody in the ways that they deserve to be included. And so everybody give Raquel just some love for blossoming in the ways that you have, for blooming as you do, and giving us the glory to witness you, my beautiful sister. We thank you. We thank you, and I love you. I met Raquel in 2015, and we started on a journey at the Solutions, Not Punishment Collaborative. Many of you know us as SNAPCO or the Snap for Freedom Movement, and we brought 50 of them bitches up here with y'all today. Everybody say, what's up, SNAPCO? Say, what's up, SNAPCO? We were created in 2013 as a response to the city of Atlanta wanting to banish sex workers out of our city. Since then, we have shame. Say shame. I love the energy. Since then, we've been on a journey to do participatory-led research that tells the stories of our people and their experiences with the police. We've also been on a journey to creating programs like mutual aid funds that literally get people out of jail, our girls out of jail, and into emergency housing in the ways that they need to. We've also led incredible campaigns, ones that have incubated new projects that's now funded by the city called the Policing Alternatives and Diversions Program, where literally if you are in contact with the police, now folks have another way to reach out to you. Now you can actually dial into the 311 and get the pre-arrest diversion program instead of going to jail. That was led and envisioned by Black and Latina, queer, and trans people in Atlanta and in the South. And in 2017 in Atlanta, baby, because Atlanta is a magical place, darling. You know, we have a few Georgia Peaches up in the house, and I'm one of them, okay. A magical place, baby. And trans people, Black trans women, went and talked to all the niggas in the hood, people's mamas, and pulling their babies away from trans people just so that all of us can smoke weed freely in the city of Atlanta. That work was done and won by Black trans people, women, masculine folks. That's the work that we're up to. But most importantly, we're all about investing in the leadership of trans and queer people, creating opportunities for us to vision and strategize how the fuck we get free. And I am a testament to that. When I first started working at SNAPCO, I was homeless. I was engaging in sex work on the north side of town. And I had the opportunity to share my vision. And there were people who saw me and believed in me and cultivated a space for Black trans people like myself and Dean Steve, where you at, Dean, to create more magic for us to engage with. And that's how we're able to be with you 11 years later. This year, SNAPCO turned 11 years old. I'm a testament. We are a testament to what it looks like when the movement invests in trans leadership, when we commit to decriminalizing and to repealing ordinances that don't serve us and keep our people in bondage. We are the testament of what it looks like, y'all, when people, whether it be your mama or your friends, say, I'm going to support you, baby, today. That's what this magic is. That's what this moment is about. And I just thank God. I thank the universe. I thank this moment for the opportunity to be with y'all, to breathe with y'all, to break bread with all of y'all in an effort to celebrate who we are and all of the fruit that we've been able to bear and the more of it that's to come. So as we stand in this circle, I'm going to ask y'all to do a few things. We're going to do something that centers us, and then we're going to do something that activates us, because we like to start a little slow and then get a little rough. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Y'all want to do that with me? We're going to start a little slow, and then we're going to get a little rough. What we're going to do, start a little what? Slow. And we're going to do get a little what? Oh, I don't think y'all feel me over here. We're going to start a little what? And we're going to get a little what? Oh, Tina. Ah. Let's take it slow. Y'all, we the last ones up in here. So just take a look around. Take a look around to all the people that we share today with. This was a magical moment in history, right? Yeah. And just taking a breath. Taking this moment of stillness where we don't hear no police sirens. we just hear the ringing of the joy that we've had for the last 6 hours, baby. That's what we did today. And now let's get a little rough. If your eyes aren't open, go ahead and open them up. Take a look back around. These beautiful ass bitches. These sexy ass hoes. I like it. All right, I'm gonna teach y'all a chant. This is an original from myself and Dean, and I'm gonna call all of the Snapco crew, if you still around, just toward the center if you don't want to be seen, because we just gonna turn up for y'all real quick, and we're gonna ask y'all to do the same. Y'all remember when I was like in 2017, we like deprioritized arrest for marijuana offenses in Atlanta? Yeah, that happened. We created a little song for the moment. Raise your hand if you like ganja. Oh, shit. Raise your hand if you consider yourself as a ganja engager. Oh, shit. I coined that. Don't take it from me. And I did it today. It's fresh. So these are the words to this song. Y'all ready? As abolitionists, we always were practicing to resist the police. So this is in honor of that. Repeat after me. Say, spark that blurry. Spark that blurry. Spark that blurry. Spark that blurry. The police trying to stop us. The police trying to stop us. But they know I'm not sorry. But they know I'm not sorry. Say, spark that blurry. Spark that blurry. Say, spark that blurry. Spark that blurry. The police trying to stop us, but they know we ain't sorry.
The police trying to stop us, but they know we ain't sorry.
Y'all ready? We're gonna do it all together. Y'all ready? Y'all like where we going here? Y'all like that beat? Okay, so I'm gonna start us off with a beat, or I'm not gonna do a beat. Who can do a beat? Ooh, a beat. Do something. We're gonna do it to it.
Brrr, let's go. Bounce to the biggity, bounce to the biggity, bounce to the biggity, go. Spark the block, spark the block, spark the block, yeah. Spark the block. Okay.
The magic is happening. The magic is happening. Are you ready for the motherfucking magic? Oh, let's go, Bishop.
Let's go.
Y'all ready? Y'all catch it. What? 5, 6, what, bitch? Spark that blurry. Police trying to stop us, but they know we ain't. Say what, bitch? Spark that blurry. Police trying to stop us, but they know we ain't. Say what, bitch? Spark that. Police trying to stop us. Hey, say what? Hey, say what? What? What?
The police trying to stop me. They know I ain't sorry.
What?
Get it, go it, Tony, got it, body.
Yes, when I say snap for, you say freedom, snap for.
Freedom.
Snap for.
Freedom.
When I say snap for, you say freedom, snap for.
Freedom.
Snap for.
Freedom.
Y'all, I hope the universe loves on you as hard as it does already. I love y'all. Thank y'all for having us, and be blessed. And we getting ready for our last performance. I love y'all.
Thank you.
Please keep that noise going. Baby, we just got a whole song produced, okay? Now, y'all,
we have some hands-on stuff for y'all now, because some of y'all gonna get involved in this.
Oh, baby.
Listen, as a member of Ballroom, I'm from the house of Mason Margellas. Say Mason Margella.
Mason Margella.
But right now, I have some siblings from Ballroom here from the house of Miyake Mugler. When I say Miyake, you say Mugler. Miyake.
Mugler.
Miyake.
Mugler.
Welcome, Malik, Tati, and Brooklyn from the house of Miyake Mugler.
Make some noise.
Put that music on, baby.
Oh, no music just yet.
All right.
Okay, we can chant to get them onto the stage.
That's right.
When I say Miyake, you say Mugler.
Miyake.
Miyake.
Mugler.
Miyake,
Mugler.
baby. They are dressed in their pride's finest.
Yes.
Baby, prepare yourself. Everybody say period.
Y'all better get up too. Where y'all standing now? This is ballroom, baby. Get up. Y'all better stand because y'all
Okay.
getting up in this too.
Okay.
Don't think y'all just gonna stand as bystanders. We getting y'all in this.
Prepare yourselves. They've given us the thumbs up. That means some bad bitches are ready.
That's right.
Please welcome to the stage
The house of Miyake Mugler. Let's bring it to Tati Brooklyn and Malik. Let's go. Hit us, DJ. Turn it up. Turn it up.
louder, louder.
Turn it up. That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, welcome to the 2024 Gender Liberation March. Today's message is quite simple. The power over oneself belongs to self.
Get the point? Good, let's dance.
This is Brooklyn, Mugler.
Sexy.
Sexy like
York City mother,
Miyake.
Mugler.
I got my titties. I got my hips. What do I feel like a femme queen.
Y'all are not ready.
Feel like a femme queen. Feel like my pink, my makeup. Feel like a femme queen. Feel like the country. Feel so pussy. Feel like a femme queen. You'll never feel like me. I got this face done. I got this chin hit. I got these breasts so off my hips. Oh, I'm the shit. I feel so damn hot. So give me a blunt. I wanna get high. This is my time, bitches. Watch me shine. Feel like a femme queen. Feel like a femme queen. Feel like my pink, my makeup. Feel like a femme queen. Feel like the country. Feel so pussy. Feel like a femme queen. You'll never feel like me. I got this face done. I got this chin hit. I got these breasts so off my hips. Oh, I'm the shit. Feel like a femme queen. Feel like a femme queen. Feel like my pink, my makeup. Feel like a femme queen.
The legendary Miyake Mugler.
Miyake. That's right, that's right. Give it up for the House of Miyaki, Nuclear. But it's not done yet. So who get on stage with them?
Baby, when I say Miyaki, you say Mugler. Miyaki.
Mugler.
How y'all feeling out there, ladies and gentlemen? We are the iconic House of Miyaki Mugler. Now, we want to invite some of you up here and for us to have a ball. The category is open to all faith. Can I get my volunteers? Oh, yeah.
Open to all. Volunteer
Anybody
yourself right now. You know you want to
1, 2.
Uh-oh.
Come
some
on,
people on
baby.
stage. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, don't scare. Come on.
Come on, you can go. Let's go.
All right, one more.
You can go on the stage.
One more. Anybody served in faith? Oh, wait, do we
Who's
got
on
one
the
over
stage?
here? All right, I got 4. Bring them up. Yeah. All right, so first off, I'm going to have Brooklyn and Tati show y'all how we sell some faith. Let's go. Carter. Yes, faith. This is Carter. This is faith. Y'all make some noise for these lovely ladies. Yes. All right. Now, we want to see what you can do. Are you ready to serve that cookie? Well, sell it to the audience. Now, clap. Yes. Sell. Yes. That faith. Yes. Faith. Yes. Carter to Carter. Face to face. Carter to Carter. Face to face. Y'all make some noise for this beautiful young lady. Yes. Let me get my next one. Let's go. Carter to Carter. Face to face. Carter to Carter. Face to face. I'm talking about face. Face. I'm talking about face. Face. Let's go. 10s across the board. Let me see my next one. Now serve in faith. But you gotta show them that your face, honey. Oh, well. Y'all make some noise for him, honey. Oh, yes, Patty. All right,
That's right.
Now watch the stretch. All right, yes, sister. Now break this up for me, sister. Faith. This is faith. Carter to Carter. Face to face. Carter to Carter. Face to face. Scores 10s across the board without a doubt. All right. So now we're going to get into some face battles, all right? So I'm going to have my first 2 lovely ladies bring it to the runway. Yes, face. Carter to Carter. Face to face. Yes. This is a face battle. This is a face battle. This is a face battle. Who's serving you face? Well, guess what? Tonight we're all winners. So both of you lovely ladies stand to the side. Now I still want to see my Queen Jean come sell me some face. This is face. Let's make it hot. The Queen is here. Yes, the Queen is here. Yes, I'm talking about face. Y'all make some noise.
That was great.
All right. Once again, we are the iconic House of Miyaki Mugler. Thank you for allowing us to come and share our love with you all. And remember, power over oneself belongs to self.
Thank you
make
so
some
much
noise.
to the House of... Wait, we're going to do this one more time. When I say Miyaki, what y'all say? Miyaki! Ooh, Tabitha gonna kill me. Mason Margiela. But anyway, listen, we are wrapping up right now. We have one more thing, and that is the drag happy hour. And this is going to be streamed live, and we would love for y'all to stay and watch this. And as it is happening, we would love for our cis allies to help clean up. If you have the capacity to do so.
Yes, now. Oh yeah, I'm about to say exactly. You nailed it. Make some noise for the people who remind us that there's important things to say.
Right.
Like, for example, we are going to be doing the drag queen story hour.
Yes.
But remember, the buses will be leaving, so you'll want to, if you came on a bus, you'll want to catch the bus now. And
Right
baby,
now.
we don't want nobody missing their bus.
Right. But if you ain't getting a bus, there's a after party at Kiki. Let's have a Kiki. Oh damn, we don't have a DJ
Oh baby,
anymore.
we're gonna extend the Kiki to the bar.
It's $20 to get in, and it comes with a free drink. And we would love for y'all to join us between 7 and 10 p.m. tonight. However, don't y'all move, because again, we have drag happy hour, which I'm looking forward to.
Story hour.
Oh, story hour, happy
I was
hour,
like, if there were
story
gonna be
hour.
drinks,
Clearly, you know where my mind is.
Oh
Okay.
baby, we're already there. Now prepare yourselves, because coming to the stage is a queen that is as amazing as she is beautiful. Okay, coming to the stage is Miss Tiffany D. Carter. Okay,
give her a round of applause, y'all.
And the D stands for don't play, baby.
Yes.
Hello. Testing. There we go. Yes, I'm good. Hello, everyone. Y'all want me to follow that? Lord. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Lord knows a queen needs a seat. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's avoid the light. Queens, we usually come out at night. It's a little special for you all. Hello, everyone. Have y'all had an amazing time today? I've had such an amazing time watching all of this unfold backstage. This is such an amazing event, and I really want to thank you all for letting me be here. I'm going to wrap things up by doing Drag Queen Story Hour. It is something I've always loved to do. I'm so excited to finally be a part of it. And I get to be reading my favorite childhood book. Well, not my childhood. I'm a woman of a certain age. But my favorite children's book, that's much more appropriate. We're going to be reading Hair Love today. So let's get this started, shall we? My name is Zuri, and I have hair that has a mind of its own. It kinks, coils, and curls every which way. And then we have Zuri. She's sleeping real fierce. She should have a bonnet on. Daddy tells me it's beautiful. That makes me proud. I love that my hair lets me be me. In funky braids with beads, I am a princess. And I know that's right. And when my hair is in two puffs, I am above the clouds like a superhero. And I don't know about y'all, but I love a little MCU. So I love feeling super. You made a face. You don't like MCU? She said, I don't know about that WandaVision. My hair even does magic tricks. One day, Rocky and I were playing outside when along came the rain. From large to small it went. Presto, just like that. There's nothing my hair can't do. Today, I woke up extra early all by myself because I was too excited to sleep. It's a big day. Then we see her hair get nice and big to nice and small. Daddy was still sleeping. Shh, I said to Rocky as we tiptoed past him. Lately, Daddy has been worn out. He makes me breakfast, takes me to school, goes to work, picks me up, and yesterday we went for a bike ride around the park. I think he needs a break. How many parents need a break every now and then? Because today is special, I want a perfect hairstyle. That calls for a professional's touch. Pause off, Rocky. Daddy heard the crash. Zuri, what on earth? He asked. So they're in the bathroom looking up YouTube videos, and the cat knocked it right out her hand. Just as they do. I was only trying to help, I said. Daddy smiled. Can I help too? It'll be a piece of cake, Zuzu. The first style was a big no way. And I do not blame her. I don't know what Daddy was thinking. The second one was no better. No, Daddy. Then Daddy tried slicking my hair back into 2 puffs. Ouch, Daddy yelled, because one of the rubber bands popped back on him and hit him in the eye. Let me tell you, that is no fun. Wait a minute, Daddy said as he reached into the drawer and pulled out a quick pick. Ta-da! Daddy, really? I said. I'll be right back, he promised. So he thought this fro was gonna do. Did he not hear that today was a big special day? We need something a little bit more fancy. Now, how's that? He asked, pulling a hat down over my eyes. Daddy, come on, we can do better than that. I really need my hair to be special. Don't worry, he said. We'll figure this out. Then I had a great idea. See how I tried to put that hat over her like that was gonna fix anything? Some days it works, but not for a special day. Daddy gathered all the tools we needed and we were set. So she's got her comb, he's got the product, they've got the iPad going, and they're gonna figure this out. And I'm sure we have all went to our iPad to find some YouTube video to help us figure something out last minute. Watching carefully, Daddy combed, parted, oiled, and twisted. He nailed it. Funky puff buns, pretty, and so much fun. Rocky approved too. I put on my superhero cape as the final touch to make the look perfect. Now this is what I'm talking about. She's got her look together. She's got her cape together. I know she feels like a superhero. Where's my Zuzu? Mommy called from the door. She could not get in the house fast enough. Mommy! You've got to be the prettiest Supergirl I've ever seen, she said. So mommy's coming back home, sees her little baby girl, looking so beautiful because today was such a special day because mommy's home. And your hair is beautiful, Zuri. Who did it? I looked at Daddy and beamed. Mommy smiled. Very nice. Thank you. We learn from the best, Daddy said as he gave her a big hug. My hair is Mommy, Daddy, and me. It's hair love. The end. So yes, I love that so much because it teaches us all to love our hair and all the styles that it comes in and all the many ways that it reacts and misbehaves too. Thank you all for having me with you all. I'm gonna hand it back over to somebody. Or I could have sit up here and talk. I mean, I'm here.
Thank you. Make some noise for Tiffany Don't Play Carter. Okay? Now, y'all, make some noise if you had a joyous time. Make some noise if it feels like your cup was refilled. And make some noise if you feel like you filled other people's cups today.
I am very fulfilled. Yes, all of the things.
Yes.
Before y'all leave, make sure you follow us on social media. Our Instagram is a simple at genderlib.com. Geez. At genderlib. However, our website is genderlib.com. And if you want to stay in touch with us, add your email to our newsletter list. And so when we have our next march, which can be sometime next soon, I'm not going to tell you when, but I think it has something to do with Supreme Court and Pride.
Baby.
Right. You will know when we have a call to action and we say show up for us, for our bodies, you will be here with us, right? So make sure you follow us on GenderLib on Instagram and sign up on genderlib.com. And again, if you are a cis person, we would love if you could be our ally and help us clean up right now. If you have a bus you need to catch, get your ass out of here. We love you, but don't be late.
Yes. And before we start cleaning up, we need use the last bits of the energy you got, okay? I want you to make noise for everyone who volunteered here, whether it be security, whether it be guiding, whether it be setting up. It takes a community to have this entire event happen. And so I want all of them to feel love, okay?
Thank you so much.
Now, also make some noise for your amazing organizers.
I don't know. There's Raquel. She's getting her picture taken. Eliel is speaking.
Serving.
And there's a few more people in our tent. And they really did a bombassjob.com. Well, I'm aging myself right now.
But it has been an honor for us to get to host for you all. It has been an honor for us to get to be on this stage in front of you all. And I've been your host, Junior Mint.
And I am your host / organizer, Devin Norell. Thank you so much for coming. Please join us at our after party if you are of age from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Kiki, which is somewhere in DC. I don't know. I'm not from here.
It's
but
somewhere
it's gay.
it's somewhere on U Street, okay?
Right. I'm gonna be there. All the rest of us trainees are gonna be there. So just go and have fun with us. Let's have a Kiki, okay?
Baby.
We hope to see you there. A ticket gets you a drink and entry. Thank you so much for coming. Y'all are beautiful. I see so many familiar faces. Y'all came from far out. New York City, Chicago, LA, Atlanta. That 12-hour bus ride. Where? Chattanooga? Damn. Y'all really came out. Thank you so much. Our support.
San Fran is over here.
San Francisco's in the house.
Yes.
The Bay, Oakland, LA, y'all. I know Malik is from LA. Y'all really did the damn thing. We couldn't have done this without all of y'all and the support that you gave us and showing up and just really participating and making sure that our voices were heard. So thank you.
And I think the best way to close out for the day is to end with a chant. Our bodies.
Our bodies.
Our choice. Our gender. Our choice. We bear fruit. Now have a prideful, a powerful, and an uplifted day.
Happy Gender Lib Day, y'all. Yeah, boy. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
Heard you got that deep for me, real love.